So Mary Claire, you have a new book out. It's called Oasis, Conversion Stories of Hollywood. You feature all the old big names, Mary Astor, John Wayne, Alfred Hitchcock. But you say, though they seem to have it all, they still need faith.
Life is full of stumbles, and when you're on that large stage, when you have the temptations of the money and the fame and the celebrity, the opportunities for stumbling are even larger, and the need for God. We all need God, but basically it's amazing how these big stars, these big icons, found faith as a healing, a way back out of the wilderness that they had stumbled into. Betty Hutton is really, her story is just one of the most dramatic.
He says murder, he says, every time we're kids, he says murder, he says, at a time like this, he says murder, he says, is that the language of love?
I mean, she was down to 88 pounds. She was following in the same footsteps as her good friend Judy Garland and just wanted to die. And she spotted this priest in Grey Rock. It was at this rehab center outside of Boston, and he was checking in his bombed cook. And this was 20 years after she had, made the greatest show on earth.
Look at that blonde ball of condensed energy, Betty Hutton. What a worker.
She said, he's going to save my life, and he did. That's the short of the long, but I don't want to give it all away.
But give me another example. What is it about Hollywood that a lot of these stars do convert to Christianity?
The fame. I mean, you almost become bigger than God.
Get down off them horses. I don't favor looking up to the likes of you.
But we're human beings. And so, but Hollywood, I think a lot of times, the stars I wrote about were in the golden age of film. So it was a different time. So, but even so, and it was more of a family environment and more of a community. So it was more tight-knit. But even at that, obviously, like Betty Davis, used to say, call somebody if they said, if she would say, "You are my enemy." She would just go because when you're going for something so big, everybody else wants it. So there's a lot of competition.
Come on, Oscar. Let you and me get drunk.
The desire for that fame and wealth and becomes so strong that obviously God can become a second, second tier, third tier consideration. But when the crisis in life comes, all of a sudden, wow, you need them.
And so do you think that the conversions back then were looked upon more favorably than a possible conversion in Hollywood today?
Well, I think basically they were quiet conversions. So Jane Wyman, though, she did convert in the 50s. There were a lot of Catholics back then. Irene Dunn, just the whole Rosalind Russell, Spencer Tracy, they all went to the church of the Good Shepherd Church there in Beverly Hills.
Joe wants you to come to Boys Town with me. If you think you're going to make a plow jockey out of me, you got another thing coming. Now, look, Whitey, in a pinch, I can be tougher than you are, and I guess maybe this is the pinch. You're coming with me to Boys Town because that's the way your brother wants it.
So, yeah, maybe there was more. I think there was a larger group, and I think that's happening today, too. I think there is a large group of Christians, Catholics, so I think there is more of a support system, the gravitational pull is, reestablishing itself.
Now, Mary Claire, what do you hope readers get out of your book?
I think a lot of readers are just going to learn a lot about Hollywood, because each chapter gives the whole life story, because you can't understand, somebody's conversion without understanding where they came from. So they're going to, people who like Hollywood are going to learn a lot about Hollywood. People who look up to these stars are going to say, who maybe are tepid in their faith or don't have faith, they're going to say, wow, what did they find? What was special about this discovery of God and grace and the sacraments? Maybe I should take a look. So there's going to be many different reflections of what I write, but I think basically it's there's a lot of the classic film lovers are going to love it. People of faith love it. People actually in the pro-life community, they say, wow, look at all these stars, these women who had abortions and came to regret it. They're going to say, oh, that's a powerful example. And just understanding, as my friend Harry Flynn, who was publicist to Bob Hope, said, your book shows the souls behind the billboard. So a lot of times people think, oh, these people are so removed, but they're just like you and me, really. I mean, we all sort of put what it was, we're all pretty much the same. We all have, and so it's a powerful example, and it helps encourage people along their path. It's just not all glitter.